morning, everyone. Good morning. It's 7:30. I see that looks like we're live on TV. We'd like to welcome everyone to the Mesa City Council meeting for the morning of Thursday, August the 18th. We've been off for a few weeks, and so it's good to be back. Everyone looks the same, only slightly happier for having had a few weeks off. So it's good to be with you. Note for the record that all of our council is present. Welcome, council. First item on our agenda for this meeting is to review the agenda that we have for our Monday, August 22nd meeting. So let's please refer to that. Mr. Brady, is there anything on that agenda that you would specifically like to point out or offer any additional explanation?
Well, I think just for the council, you see that we'll be swearing in a new city magistrate first thing on item 1. So that's an opportunity we've been looking forward to. So just to bring that to your attention, that'll happen on Monday. So
thank you very much.
Otherwise, there's obviously it's kind of for us it's the beginning of the new fiscal year, so there's a lot of purchasing items that are taking place throughout the agenda.
Great. Council, questions about Monday's agenda? Yes, Vice Mayor.
I have a couple. First of all, on 5K, a software solution for tracking sworn civilian staff behavior and incidents. So is someone here to explain a little bit about what that is?
Good morning, Mayor and Council. My name is J.R. Gomez. I'm Lieutenant for the Police Department, and this is Lieutenant Mark Higby.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. I'm currently assigned to the Professional Standards Unit, so we're looking at the internal complaints and force. So we already use an analytical system or more of a database where we collect the data for force, for pursuits, for vehicular accidents, internal employees. So this is somewhat of an add-on, if you will, an add-on feature to the existing program, which is why the cost is actually a lot lower than a standalone product. And it takes the data that we're already collecting and will continue to collect, and it allows a much more robust analytics where it can compare even individual employees against their own squads or units to a larger, broader employee base to look at and hopefully identify behaviors at an earlier role. If there's some individual officers who may have a certain amount of outliers of force application on a demographic, for instance, or in a certain time of day, or if they have more vehicular related issues, so that our frontline supervisors can identify that easier versus trying to rely on anecdotal and stories. They can see it statistically. It produces kind of pretty graphs and heat maps and things to draw that attention out to those frontline supervisors. It also goes a little step further for the next level supervisors. So if there's a particular frontline supervisor who's got a unit, for instance, that seems to be a little bit more popping on the radars, if you will, how can we address that? So the point and hope is that if we identify behaviors early, not only will it save liability to the city down the road, hopefully we can save officers from making continued mistakes or decisions, but then of course the impact to the citizens, if we can identify behaviors early, redirect either corrective action or intervention if they're maybe going down a mental health side of things. This helps to take the data we're already gathering and actually make that more easy to identify.
So the purpose is for training, for recognizing things that could become problematic? Is that the idea?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and in fact, I'm glad you brought up the training because it also can go out to our training area. If there's citywide, if there's certain things that are going on, they can use that same data and have it ready for them to identify departmentally, but also at the lowest level individually for a single employee. Are they taking the actions that they need, the training that they've had, or do we need to add to that training for them?
So this just allows you, the information you're already tracking, the interactions between officers and the community, that's already tracked, that's a database. And so that's important for us to have an early warning system just to identify if there are trends, concerns, behavioral patterns. This, it sounds like, Mark, you're telling us this is a software that takes that data and provides a little more analytics for us, a greater tool for supervisors and for others in the department to identify those trends. So this is just an important tool for us to help just any concern we may have about patterns or trends of behavior and interactions with our community.
And I assume other police departments use this type of tool?
Yes, the CI Tech, which is the owners of the current program, we use IA Pro. The EI Pro is the additional, and it's nationwide. In fact, they have internationally as well. And so the add-on product is for, I know Phoenix PD, they use EI Pro and some variations of it, but it's so that they can identify those early things and we can intervene and save a lot of heartache down the road.
Okay, interesting. I mean, I can see the good part and the bad part of it, a little bit big brother-ish, but the good part is getting that intervention or training, and if there's certain behaviors or things like that that aren't really helping the officer do their job.
Well, you're a city employee, so we have the responsibility to monitor behavior, and we have so many officers and so many interactions. It would be very difficult for a sergeant or others to just continue to track that all the time. So this is a software that allows that to happen. So, no, we do track it, and it's not really Big Brother. It's just called being an employer and being an employee and monitoring that behavior
And it's
while
more
you're on the job.
statistics instead of being more arbitrary.
Yeah,
or-
anecdotal, right? And
Yeah.
so, and also sometimes it's hard when there's relationships between supervisors and online, and, you know, this is a way of making sure, holding them accountable too, that they're making sure that they're holding their officers accountable. So it's just a very transparent process that it gives a tool for the police department to manage. And really, the idea, I think, is to intervene early on.
Absolutely.
And that's the goal here.
Yeah, I hope that it's used in order to help an officer perform at their very best to achieve a point of excellence, so that if there's anything that can be worked on, trained, discussed, that they're helping them excel in their performance. So
Yeah.
I hope it's used in a positive way. So thank you
Okay.
for
Thank
the
you.
explanation,
Appreciate
so I
it.
can understand that. And I have one more question on 5L. So we had a garbage truck that caught fire, and we're approving about $33,000 to make that repair. Does an insurance cover that, or do we?
No, well, not, this is some, though, so this happened out, I don't know where, I don't know we can associate where the actual individual, I don't think we know exactly who caused this, but it damaged our solid waste truck, so we had to do repair immediately. So this is a ratifying purchases we've already made to repair that truck. And actually, we had another almost incident again where we had the trucks lined up to get overnight, and one of our fleet services guys saw there was smoke coming out of the back of a solid waste truck, and they were able to dump a load quickly overnight. So luckily, we have eyes on. We just really need to help our citizens recognize they can't put charcoal embers or whatever in their trash. Yeah, so.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So this is just what we're coming back to council and saying, we had to go and fix this truck immediately, and we didn't have the chance to go through a procurement process. So we did it as an emergency purchase. Now we're coming back to ask for that to be ratified.
Jim?
Mayor and Vice Mayor, we do carry insurance on our vehicles. This number that I'm looking on this item is below
Oh, yeah.
our deductible. So
okay. I see.
We carry a high deductible just because of the cost of the insurance it would be if we lowered the deductible.
Okay. All right, thank you.
On those topics, 5S kind of caught my eye. These are gas meters, residential gas meters. And I was just curious, I know we've talked in the past about the major commitment we've made to shifting to smart meters, how that's part of our climate action plan, how we think that's going to help our customers notice irregularities earlier on. And that clearly is the case for electric and water meters. Is gas such a different commodity that smart meters are not, as big a deal? Or I'm just curious to know, are these the same gas meters we've been buying for the last 25 years, or is there a smart gas meter?
Good morning, Mayor. Frank McRae with the Energy Resources Department, and also Harry Jones, our Deputy Director over the gas operations. So if there's any details that I can't cover, I'll defer to Harry. But these are gas meters that are able to be fitted with the device, just like a device that goes into or attached onto an electric or onto a water meter. Electric meter is a little bit different than the gas and water meter, where it's embedded in the meter, whereas on the water meters and the gas meter, it's a module that gets attached to the meter itself. So all of the meters that you're going to see us coming forward with contracts here in the near future, they're going to be compatible with the smart meter technology.
So does
So the
that,
answer is yes. It
Okay.
will be it'll be part of the smart meter
Okay.
system.
great, good to see that happening. Thank you very much. Mr. Luna?
Thank you. I think we're done with you.
Oh, you have another item?
Yeah, it's 5Z.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Beth, is that Beth? Or just brief summary on the upgrades in the water treatment plant.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Mayor, Councilmember Luna. The 5Z is a contract for the Brown Road Water Treatment Plant. Back in June, we brought forth a contract for GMP1, which was the early procurement of these items. Brown Road is a facility that many of the components are starting to reach their end of their useful life. And the control system, the electronics that go with controlling a plant are also subject to a lot of other issues like temperature and water, humidity, things like that. So at Brown Road, it's time to go through and completely renovate the control systems and the electronics, the motor controls for controlling them, so that the staff can continue to monitor the processes in the plant through their supervisory control systems.
Great, great. No, I just wanted to know what was happening there, and appreciate all the hard work. And I remember you bringing that up forward a few months ago. So this is the actual purchasing.
This is the actual construction.
Construction part. Okay.
And we, it's on a little bit of a tight time frame because we want to do it while the plant is offline during the
Right.
winter months. So we're kind of, that's why we did the early procurement and pushed it forward.
Great. Thank you, Beth.
Thank you.
Great. Council, other questions on Monday's agenda? It's probably good to note that we are certifying the outcome of our primary election, so congratulations to Ms. Goforth and Mr. Summers, and congratulations to the candidates, Ms. Glover and Vice Mayor, that are moving forward in the general election. Congratulations, Mr. Thompson, on your success in the primary election as well. So we'll look forward to certifying those election results. Anything else on Monday's agenda? All right, moving on, item 2 on our agenda for this meeting is to approve minutes from previous executive sessions. Is there a motion to that effect? Thank you, Mr. Freeman, seconded by Mr. Thompson. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, that passes unanimously. Item 3 is acknowledge receipt of minutes of previous boards and committees. Is there a motion to that effect? Thank you, Mr. Luna and Mr. Thompson. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you, that passes unanimously. Item 4 is current events and conferences attended. Now, this could take a while. I mean, we've been, I'm sure, I know we've all been very busy in the off time here. So who would like to start? Mr. Luna.
Thank you, Mayor. We had the opportunity to recognize a Good Samaritan with an event with Mesa Fire. It was somebody that helped rescue the driver that crashed in Las Sendas. And so there were 4 individuals that got there, were able to rescue this person that was distressed, got him to the hospital, and I guess he did fine and just walked away. I don't know if he actually went to the hospital. Anyway, but it was Good Samaritans that rescued this guy, so that was really positive. I attended the NLC summer event. We had an ITC meeting there. It was a great meeting. Talked about, of course, information technology, the internet, and all the good things as it relates to technology. And then I'll let you talk about Mr. Kotzer's recognition of Key to the City. That was a great event, and it was fun to be there. And I look forward to working with council in the next couple of months. And I will say that next week, Frankie and I are convening a Hispanic meeting with Hispanic leaders next week, so we're excited about doing that. So, thank you.
Thank you. Great. Who would like to go next? Vice Mayor?
Yes, I'll cover a few highlights. In July, we did a ribbon cutting with Chicanas por la Casa for Nuevas Vistas, which are some affordable for-sale townhomes near Country Club in Maine, a little bit west of there. Very nice quality townhomes at an affordable price for people to get in. Thrilled to have that in my district. I also spent some time on the educational side during the break. Last week I attended ASU's Morrison Institute Watts College Policy Retreat, where we covered and listened to experts on a number of different fields of affordable housing, water, energy, policing, a lot of different subjects. It was very worthwhile. I'm so glad I did that. Yesterday, it was on Tuesday, I attended the ASU's Congressional Conference, in which we learned about digital learning and what that meant in the fields of our economy and workforce, the future of employment and industry, not only from elected officials, but in experts in their field. And I think we have a lot of possibilities, a lot of promise for our future in Arizona with the CHIPS Act and some other things that are going on that are under that digital learning. And then I lose track of time. That was also Tuesday. We attended, a lot of us here on council attended a reception to greet our new director for the Arizona Natural History Museum, Simon Tapin Adlam. Please correct my...
The mayor said it better, did you?
I did say it really well.
Okay.
So
Tapin.
having done that
Simon
once, I don't feel like I need to.
I only called him Simon.
Simon, yeah.
Simon, if you're listening, I apologize that I didn't go through the clarification on the pronunciation. We so appreciate you being here and leading this tremendous museum, and glad to see you in the team in the arts and culture. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Yeah, Simon is going to be a great museum director, and we're excited to have that facility making such great progress. Council, other things you'd like to share? Ms. Pillsbury.
Sure, a few things. On the first day, or the second day of school, the Office Depot Start Proud event was at Jefferson Elementary. They awarded one school in the whole state. Over 500 students received backpacks full of school supplies. They each received a gift card to get more school supplies from Office Depot. They spotlighted a teacher and gave her tons of stuff, and it was just a really fun event at Jefferson to help those kids out there, and several of the council joined me there. And then I also had the opportunity to volunteer with Safety Services and participate in their rehydration program. Armando, awesome guy, took Melissa and I out and delivered water and snacks, salty snacks to our city workers who are working outside in this brutal heat. And that is not an easy job. I also got to tour the East Service Center, is that what it's called out there? I'd never been out there before. Oh my gosh, just cool things everywhere I looked, and it's huge. So that was really fun to see how that all works and to see what those people are doing out there to make our city run. So I really enjoyed that. And then I also attended NLC in Atlanta in July, and I participated in the FAIR committee meeting and also the YEF Youth Education and Family Council meeting. I enjoyed everything I learned there. And then a couple ribbon cuttings I wanted to mention. The mayor and I went out to Tao, is that how you say it? Martial Arts. And on Power in Maine, it's a new martial arts, what do you call it? Studio out there. Dojo. Yeah, a dojo, yeah, out there. And so if you're looking for martial arts classes for your kids or for yourself, that was a really fun event. We didn't do any martial arts, just so you know, but. And then I also was excited about this ribbon cutting on Val Vista and Baseline. There is a new stretch lab. Have you guys heard of these? You go and you get stretched. Really? It's so cool. So yeah, You just lay there while someone stretches you. And I got to do a demo, and I need to go back. It was pretty awesome. So Val Vista and Baseline is called Stretch Lab. Okay, that's it for me.
There's a scene in a Willy Wonka movie about that, isn't there? Yeah, okay. Yes, Mr. Heredia.
We also did a couple business openings, but one of the bigger ones, Mekong 88, they're extending their site there to add about 33,000 square feet of mostly restaurants and services. So that's a great addition to the Asian district. Also, I don't know if this was before we left, but there's also a Caddy Corner, a development happening on the Sycamore portion behind the Safeway on Dobson and Sycamore around there. I think over 150 units going up there as far as multifamily housing. And we also did a back to school drive. We collected over $11,000 for West Mesa schools recently with Mesa Public School Foundation. So that was really successful. Gathered a lot of West Mesa businesses to donate and backpacks and school supplies and resources there. So thanks to all the sponsors for their help there.
Thank you. Anyone else like to share anything? I was a part of a lot of what's just mentioned. A few things that maybe haven't been mentioned yet. Had the privilege of attending a camp Level Up. This is a camp for kids on the autism spectrum that was here at the new ASU Mix Center. Thank you to ASU for being such a great partner in that. I think we know Visit Mesa, is really a great organization for advocating for inclusion and diversity, and particularly among and welcoming the autism community to our city. So it was a wonderful camp, and I was just really impressed and grateful to the folks at the ASU Mix Center for really embracing that and putting it on essentially, and that's going to be a great resource going forward. Also, speaking of breaking in new facilities, for the last year or two, I've been the chairman of the Arizona Mayor's Education Roundtable. We had a meeting, nothing unusual about that, but we did it at the studios, which is just next door to this building, and was I think all of us are going to really enjoy that building. I know I think we're taking a tour of that immediately. Yeah. Immediately following, right?
Today they're having an open house, so immediately after this, if council would like to walk over, they're there today, this morning to welcome us to see all the furniture and equipment they have there now. Yeah.
That's great. The meeting was great, but I was also, I guess the point is the facility. I was so proud that the Mesa had a facility like that to host that type of a gathering and that building, and grateful that ASU is programming it and staffing it. But again, that's not an ASU facility. That's a City of Mesa facility, and it's for our community to use and enjoy, and in collaboration with ASU helping us there. So I hope people will utilize that building. Mr. Thompson and I went to a couple of groundbreakings of very large industrial commercial complexes, Via West Advanced Industrial Project groundbreaking and Power Industrial groundbreaking, Denelli, which is a provider for CMC materials. Just a lot of activity out in District 6, obviously, and then kind of the cherry on top of that was the SR-24 freeway opening. So we were there with a lot of very enthusiastic Queen Creek City Council members who we were deep in the heart of Mesa, but Queen Creek couldn't have been more excited about the extension of SR-24. So that's a wonderful regional accomplishment. Thank you for mentioning the Troy Kotzer Key to the City event. I thought that was just a proud moment for everyone. What an inspiring story Mr. Kotzer is, and what a Mesa person he is. We all know his father was a chief of police here, and we're very proud of the Academy Award that he won. That was fun to honor him in the beautiful Mesa Art Center. And then last weekend, I celebrated South Korea Liberation Day. It was particularly meaningful for me because I got the opportunity to wear my South Korean hanbok that I brought back from South Korea 40-something years ago when I served as a missionary. So that was a fun event to be with and celebrate with the Korean American community. All right, I'm sure we're forgetting a lot of stuff, right? Ms. Pillsbury, congratulations on your son coming home. That was, we saw how excited you were, and it was all it made us all happy.
Yeah, thank you. I'm bringing him on Monday to introduce him to everyone.
Oh, good. All right, Mr. Brady, tell us about our future meeting schedule.
Yep, here we go. So we're going to run to the end of the year. So we will have our first council meeting this Monday, August 22nd. So we'll see you then. I think right now we're scheduled for 5:15. I don't think we have anything before as part of a study session. And just to remind everyone, I believe today is the first day of school for ASU at the Mix. So we may see a few more activity. Maybe not this early in the morning, but maybe later in the day. So, but again, we invite the council, if you'd like, to walk over with us to the studios. They're having their open house. I think it's today and tomorrow, but they're there early this morning. So if council would like to walk over there, we can kind of go and tour and see the furniture and everything else they have over there. So, and meet the staff that will be there from ASU. So thank you.
Great, thank you. And then, Mr. Brady, we are celebrating the opening of the Mix building. I think it's kind of a 2 or 3 day long celebration. Well, there's talk about, we have the City Plaza, that it will be a City of Mesa event, and then ASU will have an event to open that building.
Right, and I believe generally the dates is on it here. I believe the end of September we'll be doing the opening of the plaza. And then I think it's about the middle of October. Am I getting that right, Melissa? Correct? Middle of October. For the ASU?
Yeah.
October 28th.
End of October. September 28th for the plaza.
Yep. September 28th for the plaza and October
28th as well.
Oh, there you go. Easy to remember. So
Okay.
September 28th for the plaza, October 28th for the open house for the Mix.
That's great. I think that we talk about placemaking, but I think we've really accomplished some placemaking here. These are going to be facilities that going forward are going to be kind of postcard, pictures of what downtown Mesa is. So that'll be fun to officially cut the ribbon on those. All right, well, that concludes everything on our agenda for this meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn? Thank you, Mr. Freeman and Ms. Pillsbury. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Thank you. We are adjourned.